Hey, Gary, what time you call this?
Yeah, the traffic was really bad. Oh, there's Steve-o. G'day, Steve.
Morning.
How's your weekend?
Same old, same old.
What'd you get up to?
Not much. Are you okay, mate? Mateship is a 4-letter word, and those 4 letters are RuOk. They're easy to say, and to some people they can be life-changing. For more information, visit ruok.org.au.
It has been a tough week for many of us here in Central Queensland and the mining industry in general, with the death of a miner in one of our coal mines. I feel like I want to say something about it. Hello and welcome to episode 20 of Beers with a Miner podcast. This week is more of an audio blog. I did have another interview planned to share with you this week. However, it has been a tough week for many of us here in Central Queensland and the mining industry in general, with the death of a miner in one of our coal mines. I feel like I want to say something about it, and as time is shorter this week, due to unforeseen circumstances, I don't have as much time for the podcast episode, but I still want to get one out, and those circumstances do relate to what I'm going to talk about today. We all go to work, and for those of you who are at home, you kiss your loved one goodbye and say, see you in 5 days, see you in 7 days, see you in 4 weeks for some of you. I don't know how you do that. There's a medal, gold medal. But sometimes, sadly, people just don't come home. Our family had that 3 years ago when my daughter's partner had a heart attack in a coal mine. And you have heard me speak about that plenty of times on the podcast. If perchance this is your first time listening to the Beers with a Miner podcast, I'm sorry if it seems a little down and out. However, it is a reality of our industry, and may I suggest you head back to listen to that episode, madmumzie.com/beers10, I believe, 10 and 11, where I discuss how our family dealt with it, or didn't deal with, the passing of Tony, our beloved Tony, 3 years ago. This episode, I've turned the mic on. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to say, but the energy this week for me personally was a little bit crazy. I am changing jobs. Long story as to why, that I probably don't need to go into, but I have chosen to find a new path in my mining career. Still driving a dump truck, although I might have to actually do a bit more and drive a grader and probably the water cart as well. So I think my easy days are over until I find another new path where I can just talk about mining and get paid for it. Anyone listening? Copy. So I came home and I had a little bit of a break before heading to my new job, and I picked up my phone as a habit, as you do, as I do you? And I checked my emails, headlines that said, coal miner killed, Central Queensland. My heart stopped beating. I really think it did. For a minute, it just did again then as I thought about it. And this is a mine that is only a couple of hours from where I live. I know many people who work there. And apart from, it wasn't just, is it someone that I know? It was, oh, bloody hell. Well, no, it was more than that. It was like, what the fuck? What do you mean killed? What does that mean? Killed doesn't mean died. There's a difference, I think, in the wording. media can sensationalise things. This was a headline in the subject line of an email. Click the link, read on, and he, it seemed, was at the wash plant and something had happened and he died. He was killed. It doesn't say it was an accident. It doesn't say that it was a medical reason like our Tony. Yes, he died in a coal mine, but he wasn't killed in a coal mine. I do believe that there is a difference. And this said killed, and that's what made it even more horrifying. They did say that he was a contractor, and I was a bit perplexed later on when I saw the news and they were saying how it was a contractor, not a employee, which is the mine. And this is all public knowledge. It's not like Mad Mumzie is speaking out of turn here. The company, the mining company, massive global mining company, put out statements. This is what all that we knew. Everyone was reporting on the statements that they had ceased operations at the mine. When someone dies on a mine site, they cease all operations. They have to have investigations. The mines department has to come. The police have to come because someone's died. Hello, you know, anything could have happened. They need to come and investigate. So can you imagine being at work at the time when that happens? My Mad Mumzie listeners know how much, especially if you listen to last episode with Brendan from RuOk, where I, for the first time, shared my thoughts about the emergency siren. You can listen to that at madmumzie.com/beers19. And how I've ended up getting through the emergency siren. It doesn't mean that someone like Tony is in trouble. It's probably just a machine sensor saying it's on fire, but it's not even on fire, but it's the sensor. So you've got to treat it like an emergency. So I won't tell that whole story again. Go back to that episode to listen. But this time, that emergency siren would have been because someone did die. This has happened, sadly, on many sites, not just in mining, in construction, all sorts, many industries. And the same sort of situation goes on. I'm only bringing this particular one up because it happened this week. And it was a shock because it was so close in one of our mines, one of our local mines. And I know lots of people who work there. And I know the lovely little town, the little mining town. It's a bit slow at the moment because of all the downturn and things, but people still live there. People would be feeling this. And what about their families? And who was this person? Who was this said contractor? Well, it turns out that said contractor, his name is Ian Hansen, and he is also a much-loved local member of the community where I live. Where I live right now, his wife is a teacher aide at the school, and they all hang out, and they're just a great family, and it's affected so many people that I know, and I just needed to, I don't know, this episode this week just had to be about him. And it has to be about RuOk Day as well, which comes out, it's on Thursday. Last week I interviewed Brendan, the CEO. RuOk Day is on Thursday, and there's a lot of people in my world at the moment who are not okay. And when times like this happen, we need to start a conversation. We need to look out for each other. We need to do whatever we can to help each other through it. Feel it. You know, Hard Hat Mentor, back in episode something or other, and 11, how do you bend when life goes to shit? Well, this is one of those times, right? Life has gone to shit for many people right now in my world. And how do you bend? How do you get through it? Do you scream and cry and get blind, rotten drunk? Do you go down to the local footy club or the tennis club and have a drink for your mate? Do you go around and put an arm around his wife? What about if you see his wife or his son up the street? Do you turn away because you don't know what to say? What do you say when that happens? Do you give a knowing, oh my God, I feel so sorry for you, look? What do you say? And this week being Are You OK Day, I think what we all need to say is, are you okay? Clearly they're not, but you're opening the conversation channel, and it's better than saying nothing, right? I had a good friend whose daughter was murdered, and a lot of people wouldn't even speak to her because they didn't know what to say. And that hurt her so much because she felt like she lost everything. She lost her daughter, but she also lost her ability to just be in the world, and people didn't even know how to interact with her at all. So if you're going to interact, try, are you okay? I don't know. You know, check minerslegacy.com.au. They're a group that reach out and help and support in times like this for families and people when tough times have fallen upon us suddenly. And that is exactly what has happened this week. I'm really not sure what else there is to be said except cheers to you, Ian. You're a trooper. Our little community will look after your family. And I hope that my Mad Mumzie messages and Beers with a Miner podcast will help some of your workmates, your crew, your family out at the mine, and I'm sure that they will do plenty to honour you and look after your family as well. I just recorded a little bit about this being a deep and depressing episode, but I chose to delete it because this is mining. This is what it can really be like. It is a fucking life and death job. Think about this before you chase after the money, before you leave your family. Yeah, sure, you can walk out on the street and get run over by a bus, like my nana used to say, before digging into another desert. Love you, Nana. But really think about it. Shit can and does go down. And I hope that I never, ever, ever have to do an episode like this one again. Take care, my friends. You know, all the everything I'm asking you to do. Head to iTunes, subscribe, rate and review, share with your mates. But this week, shut up, Gecko. Can tell I'm in Queensland. But this week, please, please, just stay safe. Do everything you can to stay safe when you're out at work. And come home to your families, your friends, and do what you can when you're out there to look after those around you as well. Your work family, because they're family. They might be a pain in the arse, some of them, and annoying, but they're still our family. And when one of them doesn't go home to their family, it is shit. and it sucks. So until next week, stay safe, be real, be special, and have fun. Have fun, for we only live once. And I'll do my best to make next week's episode fun and bright and light and jolly good. Thank you so much. Cheers.
Hey, Gary, what time you call this?
Yeah, the traffic was really bad. Oh, there's Steve-o. G'day, Steve.
Morning. How's your weekend? Same old, same old.
What'd you get up to?
Not much.
Are you okay, mate?
Mateship is a 4-letter word, and those 4 letters are RuOk. They're easy to say, and to some people they can be life-changing. For more information, visit ruok.org.au.